Transgender women to be banned from all female Olympic events. Ooh, here it is, people. What a lot of you have been hoping for, what I personally have been hoping for, seems to be occurring. The IOC is likely to announce a new policy early in the new year after findings of a scientific review about the permanent physical advantages of being born male. Look, personally, I don't think we had to have an entire scientific review about this. I think it's obvious that men and women are different. And if you're born a man, you have certain advantages, just like how if you're being born a woman, you have certain advantages, you know? I can't necessarily think of any right now, but there are advantages of being a woman. I'm just joking. There are. Obviously, men and women are different, right? Pluses, minus, everything. It's like you're playing an RPG, and you choose elf as opposed to choosing orc, like elves are going to be more dexterity and orcs have higher strength. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You get the idea. International Olympic Committee is set to announce a ban on transgender women in female competition early next year after a science-based review of evidence about permanent physical advantages of being born male. There you go. The IOC's guidance to Olympic sports has until now been that transgender women can compete with reduced testosterone levels, but leaves it up to individual sports to decide. That is now set to change under its new president, Kirsty Coventry. We love our based Kirsty Coventry. Who's this based woman? Is this this is Kirsty Coventry? Damn, dude. Blonde women, they're so based. We love our blonde based women, who has promised to protect the female category. That's good. That's very, very good. I like that. The committee's medical and scientific director, Dr. Jane Thornton, last week presented to IOC members at a meeting in Lausanne the initial findings of a science-based review into transgender athletes and competitors with differences of sexual development competing in female sports. Bark, trust the science. Bark, trust the science. Bark. Wait, I'm sorry. We are supposed to trust the science, right? That's what Democrats have been telling us for so long, right? Is that trust the science, right? I'm sure that no, these scientists, this is not real. Don't trust this science. It doesn't adhere with my political ideology. Bark, trust the science. Sources said the presentation by Thornton, a Canadian former Olympic rower, stated that scientific evidence showed that there were physical advantages of being born male that remained with athletes, including those who had taken treatment to reduce testosterone levels. I mean, I don't know how this is something up for question, but there you go. I guess we're getting a little bit of rationality back in the world. There you go. Anyways, it was a very scientific, factual, and unemotional presentation, which quite clearly laid out the evidence, one source said. Another IOC insider said there had been hugely positive feedback from IOC members about the presentation. There you go. So it looks to be good. Let's see. The ban is expected to come into force before the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. That would avoid any clash with the U.S. President Donald Trump, who has signed an executive order that prevents transgender women from competing in female categories. Trump has claimed it would mean the U.S. would deny visas for transgender athletes trying to compete in L.A. I mean, honestly, dude,
Base?
I'm sorry, man, but it's just about protecting women. And as Trump said, we're going to protect women whether they like it or not, and they might not like it right now, but guess what? They'll like it in the end, because there's a lot of why they put a picture of Khalif, the best female boxer of our time. I mean, because she is a woman. Oh my God, because she is a man. This is a man. Khalif is a man. There is no question about it. This is a man who stole this award from women. I'm sorry, but that is the bottom line. Life after it made clear how boxing is getting its grips with gender issue. It's a huge problem, I'm sorry. That follows a huge controversy at the boxing tournament at the Paris 2024 Olympics when two boxers, Amin Khalif from Algeria and Taiwan's Lin Yu Ting, won gold medals despite having been disqualified in the previous year's world championship for allegedly failing to meet gender eligibility criteria. That's the problem, is that two men were boxing against each other in the previous Olympics. And come on now. it's gone too far. This gender insanity has gone far too far, and I think it's time for some rational behavior to come back. Transgender women are transgender women. They're not women. They will never be women. In 1,000 years, when their bones are dug up by archaeologists to learn more about them in our time, they will find the bones of a man, not of a woman. No amount of medical malpractice can change what you're biologically given by God. That is the bottom line. And I feel for these people, like this man, if they want to present as a female, that's totally fine. Their individual freedom allows them to do so. But I don't want them competing against men. Against women. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair to those women who don't have the same biological advantages. That's it. I'm sorry.